Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM as he describes more lavin prohibitions that a person transgresses when they speak lashon hara. V'lifa'amim, and sometimes oiver oir alisa chanufa shulaharbe go'inim. Sometimes a person will transgress the prohibition of chanufa, of flattering another person, and flattery is a very deceiving and mischievous type of a behavior for a person, because the chanufa that the Torah is answering, that says that you're not allowed to do, is when there's a falsehood in the flattery. And according to many ga'inim, lav gomor, this is a explicit prohibition that we have in the Torah. V'ulav delay sachanifu es haaretz, because it says in the Torah, do not mechanif, do not flatter the land, do not bring flattery into the land. Kegoin, what is an example? If while you're telling over lashon hara or rechilas, you had in mind that you want to flatter the person who's listening to you, because you want to tell over lashon hara about Reuven, and you're telling it over to Levi, and you know that Levi already hates Reuven, so now you're going to tell over some juicy lashon hara, and you're going to say it about Reuven in front of Levi, who already hates Reuven anyway. And now Levi thinks you're such a great guy. You're on board with him. He thinks that Reuven is a good for nothing. He has no problem speaking lashon hara about Reuven, and neither do you. And therefore, you just found a lot of favor in his eyes. Clearly, this is a terrible sin, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM. Besides the fact that you did not, that this person is telling over the lashon hara, did not fulfill the mitzvah of giving techacha rebuke, shum mitzvah esay deraisa, which is a positive commandment. You know that Levi hates Reuven. So really you should come over to Levi and say, listen, Levi, it's a terrible thing. Sinas chinam, hating somebody, is terrible. You got to get it out of your heart. And you're supposed to criticize and rebuke him and help him get on the right path. But now what are you doing? Now, now you are telling over lashon hara about Reuven, and Levi is licking his chops over here when he hears every single sordid word that you have to say about lashon hara. So not only did you not give rebuke to him, you just fanned and fueled the fires of his hatred, and he's very much impressed by you, and he's very excited that you're doing these things. So through your sipuras, through your stories, and through your words of lashon hara, you're strengthening the sina, the hatred that exists. And as a result of that, Levi is going to continue to go along in his sin of sinas chinam more and more and more because of your words, which you were saying to try to flatter him that you're on his side. And it's quite possible, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, new arguments and fights and dissension will end up existing between Reuven and Levi, and many other terrible things. Hashem yishmarenu, may Hashem protect us and guard us. So you're trying to be this innocent fellow over here. You're just saying over a few words of lashon hara in front of Levi, all about Reuven, but your intentions are to flatter Levi, that you agree with him. You don't know how much destruction you are bringing to the world as a result of your words of lashon hara. So let's be careful, Be'ez Hashem, certainly on this day of Tisha B'Av that is coming upon us. It's so much davening and so many kinos and videos that you're going to watch and drushes that you're going to hear. Let's try our best. On the day in which the temple was destroyed because of sinas chinam and the way that the CHOFETZ CHAIM writes, it's all stemming and generating from lashon hara. Let's try our best not to say a word of lashon hara and be those that are destroying the Beis HaMikdash. Rather, let's guard our tongues from speaking evil and nasty about others, and in that way we'll be zeicha to rebuild the Beis HaMikdash b'yameinu in our days. Amen. Have a wonderful day and an easy, meaningful fast.